You may have seen my video back in 2020 where I turned an LG monitor into a giant Echo Show, and it's quite possibly the most headache-inducing project I have ever embarked upon. By the time I had completed the project, I had managed to get Alexa to not only control smart home equipment and start music in Amazon Prime, but I'd also got it to open Spotify and start music there too. I'd got it to open Plex and navigate menus with my voice. I'd managed to get it to open Netflix and play the last thing I was watching, and I'd got it to launch programs such as Excel, Premiere Pro, and Photoshop, and even games just by asking for them by name. Alexa, Streets of Rage. This system used my PC, a USB microphone, the Amazon app for Windows, and a metric butt-ton of macros that I created in Eventghost. But it had two major drawbacks, both of which have just been solved by this. Thanks to Anker for sponsoring today's video and for sending me their AnkerWork B600 webcam. We're going to be taking a look at how awesome this thing is in today's video, but more importantly, we're going to be looking at the problems it solved for my giant Echo Show project. The B600 has a 2K sensor for video and runs at 30 frames a second. It performs excellently in low light, but also has this very cool LED light which sets it apart from every other camera on the market. But it's not the picture that got me excited, it's the array microphone. Amazon have given their PC app a major update. I can now use it to drop in on any Echo Show around the house and have an actual back and forth conversation using not only audio, but the video feed too. So not only does my LG monitor now look like a giant Echo Show, it behaves like one too. And I'll demonstrate that in a moment, because this is where things get really exciting. An array microphone is able to pinpoint the exact location of your voice and then hone in on it using beamforming technology. Your Amazon Echoes already do this, and that's why they are so good at hearing your voice even if you're on the other side of the room, or even sometimes in a completely different room entirely. And this webcam is amazing at it. I used my PC speech recognition software to see what the difference was between talking across the room to my condenser microphone and speaking across the room to this webcam. And the difference is astounding. Computer, say something everybody already knows but doesn't want to admit to themselves.
Jeff Bezos keeps going to space because he's building a Bond villain headquarters on the moon.
That's not true! That's not true! That's a stinking lie! Paul Hibbert's dead! Fly, my pretties! Fly! It's my Jeff Bezos impression. The software you're looking at is Vox Commando, and it is awesome. And whilst it's not necessary for this project at all, it does give us a really good indication as to how well the PC is hearing us from across the room. And this makes the B600 the perfect device for this project, because I don't have to be sat at my desk to get Alexa to hear me. Previously, when I was using my condenser microphone, if I left my desk, she would stop hearing me, and to the point where I actually decided to abandon using it altogether. This project has been dead since then. Alexa, drop in on The Exorcist Show. It's called The Exorcist Show because it's got a spinny head. It's a funny joke. It is a funny joke. At 2K and 30 frames per second, this is actually the best webcam I have owned so far for image quality, and it even rivals my DSLR camera setup that I had been using previously for doing all of my video conferencing. People are always touting to me the benefits of DSLR cameras for video conferencing. They're always like, a DSLR camera will give you such a better picture than a webcam. Why is Paul Hibbert using a webcam in 2022? He could just use this and connect it to Windows. Yeah. What they don't tell you about is all of the problems with the battery dying despite the fact the DSLR camera is connected to the mains, Windows randomly deciding it can't find the camera, having to have OBS Studio running in the background all of the time, and having to have very strong lighting beaming directly into your face. My missus has this brilliant phrase: give a little kiss, pop it in a bin. Give it a little kiss, pop it in a bin. It's the cutest thing ever. It's reserved, right, usually for Christmas cards. She gets a Christmas card from a family, and then Christmas is over and she needs to put it in a bin, but she just feels so terribly guilty that she's putting her family's love in the bin, so gives it a little kiss, pop it in the bin. I'm going to kick my DSLR camera and put it in a bin because I hate it. If I want my PC to truly be an Echo Show, a modern day Echo Show, it needs to be able to follow me around the room when I move. It does that. And then there are some bizarre bonuses to be had over and above the capabilities of an actual Echo Show. The first one is a massive bonus to me. This is a huge deal. I can actually play music through its speakers, which is great, but if I'm on a video call, that music can't be heard at the other end of the call. That's the music playing now. That's the volume that it is. Now listen to how loud the music is at the other end of the call. It's not there. Music is playing right this second at full volume. I'm having to speak over it, but I suspect you can't hear a thing. It's really, really weird. I have tested this with Nisha, and I got her to go down to the kitchen, and I played music at full volume out of its speakers, and its microphone was able to completely ignore it using its inbuilt noise cancellation and only transmit my voice. This is great because the amount of times I'm on a video call with friends or even business calls and I'd just like to listen to a bit of music, you can't, because the person at the other end will immediately tell you, turn that crap off. And you'll be surprised at just how good the quality of those speakers are. But if you're like me and you've got some really nice PC speakers, what you can do is alternate between the two depending on whether you're just working at your desk or whether you're on a video call. I can actually automate this using Eventghost on my PC, or I could use Vox Commando to do it with my voice locally, or I can even create an Amazon routine that will do it for me through She That Should Not Be Named. Check this out. Alexa. Main speakers.
Okay.
How cool is that?
Alexa.
External speakers.
Okay.
It's the best thing I've ever done. Amazing. It's pretty much just plug and play, but you will benefit from actually installing the software on your PC. If not because you can alter the settings of the light bar for color temperature, or because you could change the picture settings, but simply because every time you load it up, you'll get to see the word AnkerWork. What? Does it really say that? It really says that. Really says AnkerWork.
Sponsorship cancelled. Sponsorship cancelled. Sponsorship.
And if you don't get a kick out of that, you get a kick out of this section, which says it's already in the bottom. The only other thing that would have been a really nice extra feature would have been Windows Hello compatibility. That way I could have used it to unlock my PC using nothing but my face. That's not a thing currently, and if that changes, I will let you know in the description for this video, so check there to see if things have changed. To sum up then, this webcam has actually resurrected my project from the bin. I have got two reasons now to start using Amazon on my PC again, and the first one is she can finally understand me from across the room, and the second one is I can now use the drop-in feature by having my face recognized and have the full functionality of it following me around the room, great picture, and great sound that is completely completely devoid of things like people vacuuming and, in fact, music playing out of its own speakers. The Amazon Windows app that makes all of this possible is still completely free to use. You should totally get on it because it's quite cool even if you do only have a microphone by your face. Since the last time I investigated it, it can now do Spotify, which is a huge improvement and another reason that I'm going back to using it. This webcam is not cheap. Then again, it's not really a webcam. When you see how well the mic array works, you're going to understand where the money has been spent. If you're looking for a really good conferencing facility, or like me, you just want to faff around with your computer, then the B600 is an absolute beast. Sure, as a webcam, it's complete overkill, but if you're looking for a full-blown conferencing suite, then this is a true thing of beauty. There are touch-sensitive controls to mute the mic, turn the light on and off, and to adjust the brightness of the light itself, and if you're the tinfoil hat type, then the camera can be hidden just by closing the flap. Is it just me, or should the word flap be banned? Flap. Flap. Flappy, 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 flappy. Ban the word flap. It requires both data and power separately, and when placed on a laptop, it's an absolute unit. But it can be mounted to your screen, or to a tripod, or even stand on your desk to allow people to explore the very depths of your nostrils. This is the best webcam I have ever tried by a million miles, and yes, it is expensive, but if you have the means and you're looking to do a project such as this, it's an absolute must. There are links in the description if you're interested in picking one up. Go check them out there. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. That'll tell YouTube's algorithms it was a good video and more people should see it. If you want to see some more of this guy, hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. If you ding the bell, it lets YouTube know that you want to be notified when I upload videos. These incredible people here are my patrons from Patreon, and without them, I just would not be doing this anymore. I say it every week, but without those guys, this channel would not exist. If you want to be one of those incredible people, you can do that at either Patreon or buy me a one-off beer at PayPal, and either way, I will genuinely love you forever. These are my Facebooks and my Twitters and my Instagrams and my TikToks too. Come and hang out there and we can be best friends. See you next time. That's a lie! I'm gonna send my what? I'm gonna send my pretties. That's not something a human being would say. Fly! My Jeff Bezos impression. I don't know who Jeff Bezos is. You get a kick out of this section, which says it's already in the bottom. What is?